Hi Libra, welcome. So Libra, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm time stamping this May because that's when I'm recording it, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever you find this, that's when you're meant to hear it. And let's go ahead and get into it, Libra. So you have two cards that flew out there while I was talking, and it was the ninth house and the card of Capricorn. So Sagittarius, Capricorn energy here. You could be connecting with either of those signs and or have them in your birth chart, and or it's just simply the influencing vibes, which is interesting because it's a bit of a contradictory energy. And it's funny because I knew I was going to do your reading today, and usually like whatever energy that I'm feeling on the day that I know I'm going to do a certain zodiac seems to always like precede what I pick up in the actual reading and during the meditation. So I feel like there is tension in the air, Libra, and there may be a bit of like this contradictory or contradicting yourself type of vibe, or you could be dealing with somebody who is like contradicting themselves, which don't we all from time to time, you know what I mean? But it's interesting to me. So the ninth house talks about like freedom and going outside of the norm and travel, higher education, very independent type of energy. It's about seeking new opportunities. And then you have this card, which is more of like stick to what I know, ambitious, yet down to earth, yet very serious energy. So one is like this kind of happy-go-lucky, be free type of vibe, like a hippie vibe almost. And this is more like a business-oriented, let's get serious, let's get organized, let's get the job done type of energy. So I don't know if you're one of these and you're clashing or having a contradiction with someone who's maybe very in a very opposing energy as you, and or if this is both you, two aspects of yourself that seem to be clashing for whatever reason. Like maybe there's a part of you that like just wants to go out and have fun, but like there's this other part of you that's like, I gotta get the chores done, you know? And it's like, how can you combine the both of those energies? Because you certainly can, right? Because you can make anything fun, including responsibilities, including things you need to get done. It's all about perception, which I think is funny that this message came out because I just got done reading a book, and one of the things it talks about was your perception and how powerful it is. And it said, for example, you know, a person who is always like, I have to get this done. I have to go to work. I have to make my bed. It has a very tense life versus the person who takes the stance of, I get to go to work. I get to be healthy enough to wake up and make my bed. You know, like I get to do these things. And it's just a small word change, but a big perspective change. One fraught with struggle and tension, and one that feels light and joyful and grateful. And it's like you could apply that to like anything in your life, and that's how powerful your mind is, right? So how fitting that I literally just read that. And that's kind of the message for you, to be honest with you, Libra. It's not I have to, it's I get to. I get to because I'm alive, and I am blessed, and I get to do these things that I think I maybe don't want to, but aren't I blessed to be able to do them? That stance, right? A little Pollyanna stance for you, but hey. So let's see what else we have coming through. You have the card of Harmony. Schizophrenia and projection. Ooh. Where is your mind messing with you, Libra? So it feels like there is harmony here and the flow, but then you're kind of getting in your own way here, and it's with your thoughts, it's with your mind. Also, it's with like this projecting, like projecting your feelings onto another. Do you know what I mean by that? Like sometimes we ourselves are like the insecure person, but we're projecting that to be somebody else's like fault or their persona. It's like really tricky to do, right? It's like this, to give you an example, like this feeling of like, you know what, that person's out to get me. And because I think that they're out to get me, I'm going to treat this person as if they are out to get me, right? When in maybe the truth of the matter, or in the big picture, this person doesn't even know you exist or isn't even thinking about you in that way, right? But you're projecting that they do, and therefore you're responding and behaving based off of that projection. And we all do this, like, to some extent, right? But sometimes that could really get in our way. It could really hinder our relationships or our ability to get things done when we're projecting our own feelings and insecurities and issues on other people. And it could also be, Libra, if that's not you. You could be obviously connecting with somebody who projects a lot, puts their own mental problems on you, or blames you for something, or for things that are really not yours to own. If that's the case, you know, I feel like just know, you know, that it's not about you. That's all you need to know and keep in mind. Because once you understand that when people do that, it's truly a reflection of what they have going on internally and not a reflection of us, then it doesn't get you all riled up. It doesn't, you know, upset you in the way that it would if you were to be taking it personal. So it's almost like, don't take it personal, right? There's something here that, you know, you're not really getting the big picture of just yet as well, that's forming, and this is like happening in the background, and I'm not really getting in what area that is, but we'll go a little bit deeper and see. For my Libra, so what else does Libra need to know? What else? And I don't usually go this specific, but I'm going to bring this up that to a really harsher degree, this card combination can depict actual mental illness, right? So if that resonates with you, get your mind checked, you know, go talk to somebody. If you're not already, you know, in treatment or therapy or whatever. And or you could be dealing with someone who has an actual mental illness, and there's some projecting going on there. Just saying. Okay, so you have the Death and Rebirth card, Page of Wands, the Moon, the Empress, and Judgment. So it's decision time here, Libra. I feel like you have some decisions to make, but not until you get the big picture, okay? You have two cards that talk about judgment and decision here. You also have the Death and Rebirth card, which is talking about transformations, changes, and endings. So I feel like there's a lot emotionally going on and planetarily going on. Like, this round of readings has been like absolutely insane. I mean, I don't know how it couldn't be. There is a lot of astrological influence, and if you don't believe you're connected to the stars, do a little research. You definitely are. In fact, you're made of stardust. So, we also have a full moon coming up, and they're highlighting the full moon time period, by the way, as a time period to take good care of yourself, to be kind to yourself, to not force yourself to do things that you're not comfortable with, or maybe you don't have the energy for, right? This kind of reminds me of the Leo reading, where the Leo is kind of pushing themselves beyond what they actually had capacity or energy for. And so, like, the same thing applies to you, Libra. Be kind to yourself. Make decisions that feel good to you. If you're not in a good feeling space, don't push yourself to attend that event or host that or do that or whatever, you know, like, listen to your emotions, respect your body. I do feel like intuitively speaking, again, there's something on the horizon here, and I'm not getting what that is. And I see it twice, so let's see what else. The Wheel. Four of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, a lot of earth energy showing up. You certainly could be connecting with an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or have that in your chart, or it's just simply the vibes. So this is a very dutiful, responsible, you know, grounded energy, but it can also be tiresome, mundane, boring, you know, so it's all about perspective. So I want to bring that back to the table. I get to versus I have to, because I feel like there is a lot of things that you have to do during this month or this time frame that, you know, may feel very dutiful of you, or that like you're obligated to, because I'm getting obligations. You've got a lot of obligations on your plate. And so it's kind of like, you know, I guess if you can't change what you've already got on your plate, then change your perspective about it. Find a way to make it fun. Bring enthusiasm, adventure, or love into it. You know what I mean? This may be a really good time frame to focus on your money, real estate, what you're invested in, your job, that 10th house energy, which is all about reputation, work, your empire, so to speak. Some of you might actually be saving up or being encouraged to save up your money for a potential future opportunity. And there it is again. There's some sort of opportunity on the horizon that hasn't manifested yet, but it is in the works, okay? Especially with the Empress here, which is about deliverance and that gestation period. So there's something in the works here, Libra. And they want you to invest your time and your money wisely at the moment. I'm going to get really specific. For those of you who are looking for an advancement in your career or your money status, there's a possibility of that here. And there may be somebody that is scouting you or looking at you or admiring your work or whatever it is that you do. So pay attention. I guess not pay attention, just keep doing you, right? But just be aware, let's say that. So let's see what else. Three of Wands. Like, I feel like you're having for some of you a boost in income. Yippee. Okay, but take it as it resonates. Anyways, Three of Wands, Four of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Hangman. And yet there's something that needs to be laid to rest here. You know what this reminds me of? It's like, have you ever argued with yourself in your own mind? Or caught yourself contradicting yourself? You know, like maybe you're giving somebody advice and then you realize, like, I need to take that advice. Or you're saying, like, I would never, and then you do. You know, you contradicted yourself. That's why I always say, never say never. Never say never. Never. Because guaranteed the moment you say never, it will happen to you. Anyways. Yeah, I feel like a very busy mind. like a busy internal dialogue, but it's not always the healthiest. Like sometimes it feels really good and harmonious. Other times it's like you're fighting imaginary people in your mind, or maybe real people, but you're imagining a dialogue. And I don't know, it's weird. Like, why are you doing that, Libra? And it could be about a very specific person. But anyways, there's this rest phase coming through. There's this healing phase coming through, and just needing to take that time for yourself, because I feel a lot of busy energy, right? But I feel that you have the ability to keep up, you know, and there's something in the works, and it has to deal with the 10th house of real estate, finance, money, or career, any of those or all of those, that is setting you up for your next like career path, or setting you up for your next opportunity, or setting your future up, like literally. Setting yourself up financially is specifically what I got. So they keep wanting to highlight, again, that 10th house energy. And don't get me wrong, there are relationships showing up here, but I feel like that's kind of on the back burner right now. I feel what it's mostly about is taking care of yourself, taking care of your emotions. Because you don't have all the puzzle pieces yet. You don't have the big picture, but you are going to be getting a perspective, or a change in perspective soon, Libra. And I'm not really getting a time frame, although I have the sun here, which is July, August. So there might be more information coming in about this in July to August. Yeah. So, ooh, we're at 20 minutes. Okay, let's go to the love reading. Let me get a guidance card. Let me get a guidance card first, and then we're going to go to the love and relationship part of the reading. What does Libra need to know? Card number 50, by my attention to things, I am making choices. What people do not understand is that you do not choose something by looking at it and shouting, yes, I would like some of that. You make your choices by your attention to things. In this universe that is based on attraction, when you look at an unwanted thing, your attention to it will cause an activation of the vibration within you, and then the law of attraction will bring more like it into your experience. It is law. Ooh, Libra, interesting advice card. Let's go to the love reading then and see what else you have coming through. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. All right, so Libra, we're gonna go into the love reading. If I can talk. You versus them. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it is a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So, you have the card of change, and your person has the card of comparisons. So, I felt change coming through, but more towards the July-August time frame, but it may resonate differently. This is a large group of you, but there is some sort of change coming through the situation regardless. This person has the card of comparison. So I don't know if they're comparing themselves a lot to other people, or the relationship to other people's relationships, or you to someone else, but there's some sort of comparison game going on. And I always say be very careful with comparing yourself to anyone, because all of our journeys are super unique. All of us as individuals are super unique. So it's always like, you're kind of always comparing apples to oranges, no matter how similar it seems, you know. But that's just my take on it. let's go into most recent past then and see what led up to the now energy for Libra and their person. Then we're going to look at how you both perceive each other, how you feel, and most likely outcomes. Recent past, Libra. The Sun card. The Magician. The Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So all of this to me looks like a very positive energy. This is your recent past. The Sun represents positivity, connectivity, happiness, joy. The Magician is somebody who's able to manifest their desires, their wishes. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody who stands on their own 2 feet, very autonomous, very independent energy. And the Page of Wands to me is like ready for whatever. So I feel this is you, Libra, showing up like, you know, kind of the world at your feet, ready for whatever. You're knowing who you are. You have the ability to create anything that you want, and feeling that connection, that alignment here. So you're showing up strong and positive. Let's see this person in the recent past, what was their energy? Person Libra was dealing with. Seven of Cups, the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, and the Star. So I feel like your energy being more clear than this person's was, at least in the recent past. They had some confusion here, like not really sure what the right decision was to make. They may have really, you know, went within and did some spiritual searching or searching within themselves to find the answers. I feel like this person arriving at some sort of conclusion, and the conclusion is to just go ahead and go for their dream, go for their wish, whatever that is. It may certainly be in any area of their life, or it may be pertaining to you, Libra. This person may have really thought long and hard about the connection or you, and decided to pursue it or decided to move forward with it because it felt like a dream come true for them, or it was something they really had a lot of hope tied around. As I do get like, I'm getting the song Rihanna, I Fell in Love in a Hopeless Place. So that song may resonate, and or it's just like this message of like going from hopeless to hopeful. That's what's going on within this person. Let's go into the now energy then and see, how do you perceive each other in the now moment? How does Libra see this person or perceive them in the moment? The Fool, the Moon, the Wheel. I know that, you know, the Fool represents a lot of things, but the very first thing that, you know, popped into my head when that came out was like foolish mistakes. So I don't know if like this person has a tendency to make foolish mistakes, or maybe that's something you've done. I don't know. But I feel when it comes to how you view this person, really, some of you wonder if you're making a foolish mistake or if you've made a foolish mistake. That's very interesting. Take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, because your defenses are up. For others of you, I feel like you see this person as somebody who's like ready for action, but also this can be a very like impulsive type of energy. Like this person runs on their emotions. They make decisions, maybe irrational decisions based on their emotions. And this is a lesson for them. or at least that's the way you see it. I feel like there's karma tied around this, and it creates some sort of like defensiveness in the connection or in their energy. Like, I don't feel like this person is easy to, not always the easiest to penetrate. So let's see how they view you. 5 of Wands, the Devil, 10 of Swords. Oh my goodness, okay. 9 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Holy Nikes. Yeah, wow. I don't even know where to begin with this. Like, it's exhausting me to look at this card combination. The 5 of Wands is like conflict, struggle. The Devil is fixation, obsession. 10 of Swords is, in this deck, is clearing the air, but it usually represents exhaustion. The 9 of Swords is anxiety and stress. The 5 of Swords is like this feeling of disconnect. So either that this person's got a lot going on mentally, or that's how they're viewing you. Take it as it's resonating with you. But either way, there is a big struggle here. A big stuff. Somebody is really, really struggling with their own thinking, their own mind, you know, struggling to keep up energetically. And it's got them exhausted, like completely disconnected, completely exhausted. Wow. To say that like this is a overthinker energy would be I'm not even doing this justice. This is way more than overthinking. This is like obsessing, you know, obsessively overthinking. And I feel it coming from this person's energy, but it could be yours. So take it as it's resonating with you. Let's go into the heart space. And hold on just a second. Sorry about that, Libra. I had to take a quick pause there. Let's go into how you feel about this person underneath it all. How does Libra feel underneath it all for my Libras? And I have to say this, I don't know what zodiac sign I got this for, but I'm hearing Teddy Swims, the singer. I Lose Control. Check that song out if that resonates with you at all. And I got that for another sign, but I honestly can't remember who it is. Maybe it was Gemini? Anyways, how does Libra feel about this person underneath it all? So this is a weird message, so take it if it resonates. The first thing I heard is you love this person, but you also feel trapped. Okay? For others of you, it's like you're trying to come to like a resolution here or have some sort of healing in the connection, but there's something that kind of like prevents you from maybe saying how you feel, or maybe you're blocking yourself from expressing yourself, because look at the 8 of Swords, right? Like the 8 of Swords is a sense of restriction, but it's self-imposed, right? But you know, you may be aware of that or you may not. Like some people don't even realize that they are the ones restricting themselves from receiving what they want. So you could be unintentionally, through your negative thinking, you know, holding yourself out of alignment enough that you're literally, you know, not getting the message or the manifestation or the change that you're looking for. But it's really just a product of your thought pattern. And if you change your thought pattern, Libra, to more of what you want and less of what you don't want, you'll see the results. Okay? Now, others of you, it is more practical in the sense, like you're actually blocking yourself from speaking on what you're feeling or thinking or whatever. So it's like, how can you have healing and a connection when you're always holding yourself back? Ooh, for some of you, it's because you fear of like losing control. That song is coming through again. I lose control. Let's see how this person feels underneath it all. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the Magician. So, wow, what a night and day difference from their like thoughts to their heart space, or better said, from their perception to how they actually feel. Because it's almost like they kind of view the challenges and the struggle more than anything, but in their heart, like what they really want is this sense of balance, a sense of bonding, but at the same time also freedom, like a sense of stability in relationships, as well as like feeling comfortable with who they are. And yet there's this weird message about like this person, they can't decide what they want at the same time. That's what it is. It's like their heart has a desire and their mind is blocking them from it. Almost exactly like the message I got for you. And I don't feel it's intentional on this person's end, but it's like in order for them to get what they want, they truly have to make up their mind about what they really want. And I feel like this person is still going back and forth. And then once they decide, truly decide, without contradicting it, without second guessing it, then it'll manifest. So there's like a head and heart thing going on right now, I feel, with this person. So let's see then where this is headed. Most likely outcome for my Libras. Most likely outcome. 6 of Pentacles. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. Oh, 5 of Cups. Why? Oh, Libra, I feel like you're dealing with so much. And it could be multiple things in your life, or it could just be like dealing with a lot regarding this person. But it's a lot, you know, and it feels overwhelming. It feels heavy. Yet you're like powering through it. It's like you're pushing yourself through it. There's almost an intensity around you or in the way that you're handling things. And that could be good or bad, you know, just depending on your vibration. But there's a sense of like contradicting yourself. And that came up in the spiritual reading. It's like being very giving and then not giving at all. It's like being open and loving and then not being open at all. It's coming from a fear of like, if you give too much, that you'll be at a loss or you'll lose something. And, you know, the message behind that is, Libra, that is a warped way of thinking about this connection, or any connection really, is that you never lose anything when you give it from your purest intent. it may feel that way if, like, say, this specific person doesn't reciprocate, but the universe will always reciprocate, because everything that goes out must come in. You know, law of attraction, if I could show you guys like a diagram of your energy fields, and I hope this doesn't sound crazy, but I don't care. And this is just a made up example, but this is kind of how it is. It's like you're radiating, right, through your mind and your emotional response of vibration. Actually, your whole body, every cell in your body radiates that vibration. It's all connected. But anyway, say it radiates out of you, and then whatever is drawn back into you is a match to that vibration. So everything, literally, that you put out comes back to you. The good and the bad. But it's not always obvious to the naked eye. It's not always obvious to us in the moment. You know, as we're taking measurement on a day-by-day basis, when our spirit is taking the whole picture into account, and you can't see the whole picture. But it is that way. Anyways, there's no such thing as loss in a universe based in attraction. Because that of which is lost is always replaced, even though it may seem that way. And that's just a reminder to you. Some of you, and I think that reminder is coming through because some of you do feel that you've had a loss. Some of you have had a loss, what would us humans call a loss. But again, Spirit is saying energy always exists. You cannot destroy energy. It can only be moved somewhere else. So again, it's perceptual. This is getting like a really high level. I hope I'm not losing any of you. I know this is a love reading, but that's what's coming through. So I feel like I need to speak this to you. Anyways, as it pertains to the connection, some of you feel like you've given and not received, or had some sort of loss here. But listen to your intuition, because you're not seeing the big picture just yet. You're taking score too soon, and there's something yet to be revealed. And I picked that up in the spiritual reading too. Where's this person headed? What's going on with them? 4 of Wands, 6 of Cups. This person is trying to stay like high vibing, reminiscing about the good times. They're in a very different state than it seems you're in at the moment. Of course, this is energy, so energy changes moment by moment. Like, I feel like they're trying to look on the bright side, look to the positive, stay on their path, you know, learn from their past. And I'm not saying you're not doing any of that, but I feel you're struggling at the moment. And it's more on a spiritual, like emotional sense, and it may or may not even be fully related to this person, but it's involving the energy of this person, or they wouldn't be showing up in your reading. So I do not want to leave it on that note though. So give me one more for what Libra can expect. What can Libra expect? I don't know if I'm going to get an answer. The Knight of Pentacles is the card I get when there's, like, usually I'm not going to get an answer. And the 4. This is like keeping something to yourself, keeping a secret. The tarot card's keeping a secret from me right now. There's a pause here. There's a moment of reflection. Why? There's something here that may cause you to pause, have a moment of reflection, and then you need to make a decision about it. You're strong though, you're showing up very intense. But you could also be dealing with a very intense personality or person as well. And they're not really giving me much more than that, Libra. Other than to stay calm. Balance yourself. You are the scales. You know how to do this. Right? This is nothing to be afraid of, by the way. So I'm not wanting to like go there with it. This is just something to be aware of. That you have the power here because you get to control how you think and feel. Therefore, you always get to decide. There's a big change coming through, though. I can tell you that. So let's see what the guidance is. 44, the thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. Not only does the power of your thoughts determine which people make their way into your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience, and the thoughts you think determine everything about the life that you live. As you turn your attention towards the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviors of others with whom you share the planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only of what you desire. Ooh. The thoughts you think determine what you attract. All the better reason to think positive. Yes. All right, I'm going to leave it there then, Libra. Zodiac signs that you may be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Pisces, I have Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, Sagittarius. Could be dealing with another Libra. So many cards out, my goodness. Pisces, Aries, and Leo. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general read, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Find me on Facebook as well for more fun stuff. I do go live over there. All of it linked below and in the About section. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my links. Wishing you the very best either way. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.